Hi, I'm Paul Drew from Studio One Expert. Today I'm going to show you how I approach mixing a song. Now, I've been very fortunate over the last few years to have worked with an artist called Marcella Detroit. Now, Marcella Detroit is known from bands such as Shakespears Sister, which were a very successful band in the early 90s. And the most famous song was probably Stay, which was #1 around the world. And it held the #1 in the UK singles charts for, I think it was 8 weeks. And I think it still holds the record for the longest held #1 for any girl band. Marcella also wrote a load of songs for Eric Clapton. She toured with Eric Clapton and wrote with Eric Clapton and was part of his band. And she wrote like famous songs like Lay Down Sally. Now, over the last couple of years, I've been working with Marcy. I originally met Marcy at a fantastic studio called Black Rock, which is in Santorini in Greece. And we worked together there, we wrote some songs. And luckily from that, I built up a relationship with her. And I mixed and co-produced her last album. So this is one of the songs from her album called Grey Matters. And I'm going to show you how I approached the mix on this particular song. And the name of this song is called What's the Time in Tokyo. Now, this was recorded in 2 different studios. Marcy recorded the vocals in her studio in LA, and I recorded the instruments in my studio just outside of London. But everything in this song that was recorded in my studio was done in Studio One. Now, the first thing that I do is to go through and actually remove all the silence in all of the audio here. Now, as you can see here, we've got some tracks which you actually can't see the audio. So let me just increase the waveforms here. And you can definitely see that there is audio on this track here named Omnisphere. But if I knock it down again, you'll see it disappears when I get to there. So there's 2 ways of doing this. I can actually just chop everything out manually, where I go through and I physically chop out all the bits of silence. Or I can click on this button here, strip silence. If I highlight all the audio, which is Command A, and then go down to here, I'm just going to leave everything the settings as default, but just watch what happens to this Omnisphere and this Synth 1 down here. If I click on apply, see, it's cutting up all my audio. But it's got rid of those. It's got rid of Synth 1 and Omnisphere because the audio was too quiet. So it's under the threshold of the strip silence. And it's also removed this event here called timeline delay. Now, the timeline delay is a guitar pedal that I ran the audio into and recorded the effect back into Studio One using Pipeline. So let's undo that. And I'm going to go through and strip out all the silence manually, because sometimes I find it's a bit quicker than just adjusting the threshold of strip silence. So as this is going to be quite a boring part of the video, let me just stop the video now and I'll come back as soon as I've completed all this chopping. Right, now that's all done, I've also coloured all of my different tracks the way that I like it. Now, I'm not the sort of person that likes to colour, lead vocals one particular colour, backing vocals all the same colour. So some people they click on all of their backing vocals and they make them one solid colour. Now, for me, I'm a little bit OCD, so I like to have everything a separate colour on the screen. I soon get to know all the different colours, especially on a song like this, because it's actually only 30 tracks, as you can see. So all of my tracks need to be different colours, and I soon get used to that in my own head. This is the end of part 1. So over the next couple of weeks, I'm going to show you how I approach the rest of the mix. But until then, take care, and I'll see you next time.